you have the Sweden flag in the background?
Yeah, and that Canadian stag.
Hey guys, hey guys. So today we're in Gothenburg, Sweden. We're here with True Hockey, and we've been taking a look at a bunch of equipment while we've been over here. Protective, sticks, skates,
gloves,
other skates, gloves. Some stuff, of course, we can show you, which we're going to be absolutely hyped to show you. One of them, I think, is something that is really surprising how much it affects what the skate feels like, and it's going to be their new 3D printed tongues. These are not something that's relatively new. We have seen these leak online, we've seen them get shared by True as well on social media, but we've not been able to get our hands on them until today. It looks like a normal tongue. You hold it, of course, because it has that 3D printed like mesh liner.
Honeycomb.
Yeah, the honeycomb. It's going to look very similar to something that we've already seen before, which is the X custom helmets from CCM. If you've got that, it's that sort of texture, but on a tongue. That's what you get at the top and the bottom of the tongue. The middle section is much more dense. The 3D printed mesh design is much more dense, much more protective. It has some type of metatarsal padding inside there. It's not a typical carbon insert on the front surface, which is what we normally see in top-end skates, but this is insane. The way it changes the way a skate feels is unbelievable, and it's one of the biggest differences that I've felt in terms of a pair of skates that I know, which are the 5X4s. I've skated in them for a long time, and then all of a sudden now they feel like a completely alien skate to me. What a tongue does, aside from protecting you inside the skate, either increasing the volume inside the skate or decreasing it, or giving you a much better range of motion or full range of motion, or restricting your motion like some tongues do from some other manufacturers that are out there. This essentially gives you both. You have the protection, you have the comfort, you have the custom wrap, because this is a 3D mesh design that literally contours against every part of the top of your foot. And because of how dense it is in the middle, you have all the protection that you need. But when the tongue is pushed forward, like a high-end tongue, snaps back, but it enhances the amount of range of motion you get in the skates. I can't even explain how much by. If you remember the video where we looked at the 9X4s against the XF Pros against the Shadows, I said that the Shadow skates from Bauer were like a manual race car, where you had to have full control, full ankle mobility, full ankle strength to be able to get the most out of those skates.
I thought you were going to say higher boots.
No. The XF Pros, as I mentioned, were the complete opposite scale of that, fully automatic like a Tesla. You just accelerate and off they go. The Trues were somewhere in the middle. Now, with these tongues, the Trues go towards that manual race car where you need ankle mobility, ankle strength, control over your body on the ice. These are much closer to that. And I think a lot of elite level players that really want that full range of motion, the full leg extension, so they can get that snap in their stride, but they don't want to be limited in terms of the protection that they get inside the skate, the comfort they get. This is that sweet spot. And I can't explain without you trying how big of a difference these make to what the skate feels like on the ice. These things are phenomenal. So if that sounds like something that you guys are into, something that you like, then this is going to be the sweet spot. Tommy put these on and he was good immediately. Of course, he'll give you his feedback. For me, I needed a minute.
Yeah, you took a while to get used to them, right?
I needed a minute, yeah. Like my ankle strength and mobility, the mobility's there, but the strength is not there, because I've been relying on the stiff skates with the stiff tongues to kind of give me a cheat code. Yeah. But with they's no cheat code. You need to be able to, you need to be able to control yourself on the ice. So far, of course, I'm going to hand over to Tommy so he can give you his thoughts. But so far, with a bit of adjustment and a bit of kind of like practice and getting used to it, these are sick. Absolutely sick.
First off, design. I think there's something different, which is a lot of brands are doing right now. They're bringing out something different. But True are the first ones to branch into the skate category. When it comes to that, these tongues, for starters, you squeeze these bits and it's almost like, oh, they're soft, they're not going to be, and then you go to the middle and you think, wow, okay, that's protective, but that is solid. And for me, obviously I had them in my boots. I've taken them out just so I can show them to you and hold them for you. But when I had them in my skates, I like a lot of movement. When I was skating, I like a lot of flexion on my tongues and my ankle. And it's very hard to find a tongue and a set of boots that you can have tight and support your foot, but also have the bend in your ankle that you want. For me, I've always struggled finding that. And when I had these tongues in, it was like the best of both worlds for me. I looked at Chris and I was like, I'm in love.
Feedback of what they're like so far in terms of performance compared to what tongues you're using or you have been using for the longest of time. What have you been using for the longest?
Probably the tongues that are in the FT6 Pros.
Yeah, so that's the adapt tongues.
Yes, I've been using those since the FT6 Pros come out. So that's what, a year now, maybe more?
Yeah.
I like those tongues a lot, but like I said, I struggle to find the tightness on my foot and the bend on my ankle. But with these skates and with these tongues in them, I mean, for starters, you can see how tight that boot is. And I also have so much bend on my ankle, I could actually pull my skates tighter because the tongues sort of mold around your foot while you pull the boot. And then you also have that bend too. I am so impressed with these tongues. And for me, I would 1000% have these in my skates. It's not even like, I'd have to get used to them. I would 1000% have these in my skates. Because for me, like I said, the best of both worlds, I have the tightness and I have the flex on my tongue. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.